Let's meet the visiting team, Minnesota Timberwolves. At point guard, Mike Conley. At small forward, Jaden McDaniel. At center, Rudy Gobert. At the other forward position, Julius Randle. At the other guard position, Anthony Edwards. The head coach of the visiting team is Chris Finch. Let's bring out the starters for your Memphis Grizzlies. At the small forward position, standing 6'8", number 0, the man in the middle, 7 feet 4 inches, number 14, Zach Edey. At guard, 6'5", number 22, Desmond Hayes. At forward, 6'11", number 13, Jeff Jackson Jr. At guard, 6'3", number 12, Josh Moore.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. Good evening, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On our sideline, David Aldridge. And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Randle out there with Gobert, and it's McDaniels in at the small forward position. And for the Grizzlies, Morant is the point, with Bane out on the wing. Wells is out there with Jackson, and it's Edey in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And Greg, what stands out for both of these rosters is that they both feature top-tier athleticism.
And Kevin, that bodes well for us, right? There's a lot of speed, some great athleticism. I'm sure we're going to get some highlight reel plays tonight.
And here are the Grizzlies. Here's Morant. And he converts the layup.
Yeah, I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
Pass to McDaniels. It's Edwards on the wing, guarded by Bane. And so it's Bane with it. He'll bring it up for Memphis. A 3-ball. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Minnesota off to a slow start. It's a 5-point game. Back to Conley. The Grizzlies pull it in. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
To the paint. Here's Randle. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Well, he's got the green light in that situation. They want him taking that shot, even if he didn't get it to go.
Jackson kicks to Bain. From past the arc, a three-pointer is right on target. Bain's got 6 points.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Kept alive. Memphis has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Morant against McDaniel. And it's Morant missing. Timberwolves trail by 8. McDaniels with the ball. Now guarded by Wells. Outside Edwards. To stop the drought. And that's 2 points on the layup.
Well, I love when guys like Edwards work inside. Don't settle for jumpers. Get a solid look close to the rim.
Now, here's Bain. He has 6. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I caught up with the Grizzlies head coach. The first thing Coach brought up, Rudy Gobert, the multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. Worried about Rudy's length, of course, saying it causes total havoc around the rim. So the counter is lots of threes and avoiding Gobert in the lane. The French center still with a massive effect on the game plan. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Now, here's McDaniel. Following the miss by John Morant. McDaniels got a hand on it. Morant outside. Got it. Good job in the low post.
How about the handles from the young fella? Give Morant credit for taking the initiative and capitalizing.
Timeout. We've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust.
It's time for game time. If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your move.
Some changes for Memphis. Brandon Clark comes in for Jackson. And Santi Aldama is subbed in for Wells. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Alexander Walker's checked in. Grizzlies on defense. Back to McDaniel.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Gobert with a screen for McDaniel. The top of the key jumper is on the mark.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
And standing 6'9", Jaden McDaniels, possessing tremendous length for a perimeter defender.
Yeah, Kevin, and he can really move his feet, too. Jaden McDaniels is clearly one of the best and most versatile perimeter defenders in the league.
Now Randall, following the miss by John Morant from deep. Pass to McDaniels. Shot clock at 5. Lets it go from deep. Gobert can't hit.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And here's Morant. 1:04 left in the first quarter. Over Conley. And the shot is long. Timberwolves trail by 4. Alexander Walker passes to Conley. McDaniels with the ball. And he's good on the 3-ball. McDaniels got 7 points.
Look, if you're open, Conley sees you. That was a great pass.
Back to Morant. Here's the screen. With some arc. And yes, it's good. 6 points for him.
The delicate touch on display there. Gotta love when Morant lets that floater fly off his fingertips. Beautiful.
Now here's Conley. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Randall. Yes, that goes in.
Julius
And
Randle.
their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Morant with it. 6 points for him. Elbow shot is on the way. And that one is off.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Grizzlies lead by 1. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen from the Grizzlies, what do you guys think?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Edwards is out there with Dante DiVincenzo. Then it's Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then there's Reed. And it's Miller in at the 4 spot. The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws of this game.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And that one falls for Clark. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Thanks. Many consider this summer to be the most challenging field in the history of international basketball. Nevertheless, Team USA got it done in Paris. It's not getting any easier, but the star power of the U.S. men's team shined bright in the City of Lights. Guys, a classic ending for a stacked U.S. roster.
You're right. What a performance. Hey, Shams Charania with the report. Thanks, Shams. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Mark said, I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. When I came back as a Grizzlies player, I carried that with me. Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, DA. Thank you. Wells, he's checked in for Memphis. Minnesota also with the sub. Garza's checked in. DiVincenzo passes to Edwards. Edwards with confidence.
Well, it doesn't matter where he is on the court. If Edwards likes a look, he's going to take it.
So, Stan, the Grizzlies trio of Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, and Jaren Jackson Jr. Wow, from the outside looking in, what a great base going forward.
I agree with that, Kevin. Look, not only are those 3 outstanding individual players, but they complement each other so well. There's such a great fit with those 3 guys. That's a great base for the future.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 5. Oh, what a physical score from Edwards.
Well, Edwards is such a strong player, skilled at absorbing contact and still finishing.
Clark, a screen on DiVincenzo. Down low. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Baines checked in. Gobert, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Mike Conley comes in for Alexander Walker. That one misses for Clark. After back-to-back 50-win seasons, Dan, last season was frustrating for the Memphis Grizzlies in almost every way.
Yeah, that's an understatement, Kevin. They went 27-55. Due to suspension and injuries, they only got 9 games from their star, Ja Morant. But they still have a lot of young talent and still a team that can be very competitive in the future.
And Pippen gets it to go.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Timberwolves trail. And we've got a timeout call for from Chris Finch. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
On your feet, fans, here they come, your Grizzlies.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Outside Conley. Back to DiVincenzo. Outside Edwards. Jump shot is good that time. Edwards got the game tied up here for the Timberwolves.
Well, I'd say any play with Edwards on the finishing end has a good chance of succeeding.
Pass to Bain. Clark a screen on DiVincenzo. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Bain's got 9 points.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Reed finds Conley. Edwards looking it over. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Santi Aldama's checked in for Memphis. Ja Morant comes in for Pippen. Stan, isn't it terrific? We're seeing these great stars in the NBA extending their careers more than ever before.
We certainly are, Kevin, and it's great for the league. The league keeps getting younger, though. These guys come into the league earlier, but I think what players have learned, it's not even just the basketball part. It's the strength and conditioning. It's the nutrition. They've taken care of themselves better, and that allows them to last longer.
Now here's Edwards, following the miss by Ja Morant. McDaniels gets a wide open look. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Bain looking around. Here's Wells. And a miss there on the triple. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And Edwards with the stuff.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
The Grizzlies have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Now here's Morant. He has 6. Connects from three-point range.
And you can see that backcourt just setting the tone for the entire team.
Outside Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Grizzlies. Pass to Aldama. We've got 1:13 left in the first half of basketball.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
Edwards can't hit. Memphis leading. Bain passes to Morant. Gobert with the block.
And when Gobert is playing with this kind of aggression on that end, there aren't many better at defending.
Pass to Edwards. Back to McDaniel. And the 3 ball is good. McDaniel's got 10.
Well, the defense gave that away. He's a skilled shooter who you have to contest at the arc.
Here's Wells. Clark up top. Now Eldama. Wells passes to Clark. 6 to shoot. Here's Bain. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Out to Conley. There's the triple. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
That's a fantastic feed right there. Kicking it out for the good look. Plays like this really help team chemistry.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Minnesota on top as they wrap up the second quarter with a big 11-3 run. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. Edey out there with Jackson, and it's Wells in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Now here's Conley, and out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked out, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much.
Yeah, you want to prevent Ja from driving to the rim, but you got to also contest him at the mid-range and just hope it doesn't go in.
Oh, here's Edwards. 14 points for him, and they pick up 2.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
Last year, Coach, as you know, the Timberwolves making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that equaled their deepest run in team history. Dropping that series to the Mavs. Minnesota has never been to the finals. One of 5 franchises who've yet to get there.
This is his first free throw of the game.
In their last contest, guys, he was unconscious from the foul line.
Free throw good, Bain. And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bain seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. No good on the triple.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Bain finds Morant. Here's Edey. Nothing on the board. Outside, Bain hits the three-point bomb.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
Now, here's McDaniels. 10 points for him. Here's Conley. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Greg, they're in a rhythm offensively, really cooking.
And the opposition looks helpless to stop them right now.
Edwards against Bain to the inside. Here's McDaniels. Edey with the rebound. Edey's got 4 rebounds in this game. Bain for 3. And again, it's Memphis with the three.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Now here's Gobert. Conley kicks to Randall. Back to Conley. McDaniels passes to Conley. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Yeah, we're seeing some big paydays for NBA head coaches these days, Stan.
First team.
Do you miss it?
Do I miss the paychecks? Yeah, payday was always really good in the NBA. No question about that.
What about
but
now, though? What about now?
Well, it's gone through the roof. But look, the trade-off is the paydays are big, but there's not a great deal of job security, Kevin.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. He hits both from the stripe. It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Here's Jackson. And here's Morant. Six on the shot clock. He gets it in there. Morant's got 4 this quarter.
Morant using that quickness to his advantage. That time he gets that one to fall.
Conley, the pass to Edwards. Shakes him. Edwards holding off the D and converts.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Outside, Bain. Morant sets a screen for Bain. No good with the triple. Timberwolves trail by 3. Conley dishes to Edwards. Back to Conley. Pass to Edwards. Randall surveying the D. Gobert with a screen on Jackson. That's a 2 from Randall. Second chance shot. Gobert, no good.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Morant, right side. And Morant throws it down.
This is how athletic Morant is. A point guard who possesses incredible athleticism.
Randall outside. The Grizzlies pull it in. Edey's got 6 rebounds in the game. Bain kicks to Morant. From downtown, Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. You know, Coach, what more can you ask? The reigning 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert.
Well, Kevin, since you asked, his impact in the playoffs hasn't always been the same as during the regular season. That's got to be the next step. Well, playing his role to perfection, using his size to control the glass for his team.
Now, here's Wells, over by Conley, and the Grizzlies tack on 2 more. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Over in the corner, Edwards. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Out to Conley. Jacks up a 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Conley's got 6.
I'll tell you, you give Conley the ball and trust him to make the right decision.
Outside, Bain. Now, here's Wells. Outside, Jackson. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Here's Edwards, and hammers that one down right in the face of Jaren Jackson.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Desmond Bane getting it done for the Memphis Grizzlies. And he continues to torment them from three-point range. A total of 5 threes for him in the game now. And we'll be right back after this. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. We've got Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Edwards. And it's Joe Ingles. And it's Reed in at the 5, patrolling the paint. Pippen finds Bane. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And, you know, Stan, we've watched Desmond Bane evolve into a number 1 option on offense. He's always been there, but now he really is at the top of the heap.
Yeah, he sure is. Look, Kevin, you know, he came into the league as a three-point shooter, and he's a great one. But he's developed his game off the dribble, very good mid-range shooter, and he's strong enough to finish around the rim.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Clark's checked in. That's off as well, so he misses both. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
DiVincenzo can't hit it.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Count that one.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
We played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. Now Edwards. 14 feet away, and there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
And it's really good to see Edwards knock down the mid-range jumper. He continues to work on becoming more consistent from that area.
Edwards against Bane. Clock at 6. That shot missing. Great D that time from Edwards. To take the lead. A beautiful finish inside by Ant.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. Two teammates not on the same wavelength there.
Some changes for Memphis. Edey's checked in for Brandon Clark. Jaren Jackson comes in for Santi Aldama. And it's Morant in for Bane. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Mike Conley's checked in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Clark finds Edwards. Oh, Edwards!
Well, look, you can't let Edwards get this close to the rim because he will dunk it on you.
The Grizzlies call timeout.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on the right track.
Yeah, I like the timeout here. The coaching staff needs to get these guys regrouped and refocused.
And Memphis making a change here. Bane's checked in, and then for Minnesota. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Clark. And it's McDaniels in for Dante DiVincenzo. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. Well, during the break, I was able to catch what the Grizzlies coach was talking about with his team. He told the players, you guys are too talented to be playing this lackadaisical. Push the ball up the floor, get out on the break, and get to the fast break. Guys will see if they can get it done.
Thank you, David.
And what a show Morant is putting on. Every time he touches the ball, you feel like he's going to score.
Outside Edwards. Here's Randall. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Memphis trailing here. Pass to Wells. Back to Morant. Here's Edey. And the shot goes in. Edey's got his first points in this one.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, with him, he's dangerous because he's so confident. He wants to deliver in these moments.
Randall no good.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
Morant against Randall.
And it's hard to pick a more electrifying player in the league than John Morant. He explodes off the floor.
At the line from Memphis, John Morant taking 2 shots.
Now the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. And he makes both free throws. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Timberwolves. Pass to Gobert. Back to Conley. Edwards with it. The 11-footer, and the jumper falls for him. Edwards got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves.
And the more experience Edwards gets, the better he'll become, especially when he's stepping up and hitting the big shots.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Morant outside. Off target with his 3. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. McDaniels passes to Edwards. And finished off by Edwards.
Well, you need a bucket? Give it to Edwards. He's got that clutch gene.
Grizzlies have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Here's Morant. Gobert with the block. Bain against Edwards. Pass to McDaniels. Gobert trying to get open. And again, it's Anthony Edwards. And it's a 4-point Minnesota lead. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Minnesota.
Well, I love how connected they've been defensively. They're right into shooters and piling up block shots.
And one other thing they have done well has been scoring in transition, looking to run whenever they can.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now.
All right, fans, it's bedtime time. Let's hear it for all the dancers.
Bain against Edwards. Puts the move on, and Edwards slams it in.
Wow, these are the moments that Edwards lives for. He is dynamite in the clutch.
Morant drives in. And it's Mike Conley with the rebound. Minnesota's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. From 10 feet out, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Edwards got 40 points.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
Yeah, but you can't let up now. We've seen too many wild comebacks in this league.
The Grizzlies call timeout. 47 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
And hustle like that is why he leads his team in rebounds tonight.
Double digits for him on the glass. He's getting it done.
And they are in the driver's seat.
Yes, they are. If they come away with points on this trip, Katie barred the door. They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
Yeah, and it basically all comes down to this. If they come away empty here, this one's pretty much over.
Morant looking around. Over Conley, and it's Morant missing. And an intentional foul right there.
Ja Morant. First personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Minnesota, Mike Conley at the line for two.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're down by 8. Guys, your thoughts?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
Well, I've been in this spot more times than I'd like to admit. All you can do is tell your guys to hold their heads up and finish strong.
Once again, the Grizzlies breaker.
There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Well, it's all due to his energy and effort, as well as how well he's been able to get ideal positioning on the glass.
And so the Timberwolves take the win, and in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Rudy, your impact on the game defensively, always something to watch. What's your approach at that end?
Just try to win games, you know, and my teammates put out trust in me, being aggressive on the balls and try to be aggressive at the rim. And, you know, when we play as a team like we do tonight, it's tough to beat us.
You are in full stifle tower mode tonight, man. Congrats. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.